Hey, we can't talk about his award without talking about my award. I three-peat it in Christian character.
Oh, wow.
My team got Christian character 3 years in a row.
That's such a made-up award.
That's Shaq
That's the
Kobe.
loser who lost first, and they have nothing to say.
It's the Shaq and Kobe award. That's all I'm saying.
Whoever loses first, they don't have nothing to say. So
So Ethan's
played
with
two
us
games.
because we're going to have his basketball team on. And Coach Dan, Coach RJ, but and Coach Dom and Coach Gabe and Coach...
Yeah, they have more coaches than players.
Yeah, they did. I even think they have a Coach Man person.
They have a bench for the coaches. They have an A team and a B team.
But honestly, they did win the Faith Invitational Tournament.
First time
That's the biggest tournament to win in
30 years?
Yeah.
First time in 30 years.
Everybody wants to hold up a first place trophy.
Wow, so they haven't won since you were 20?
Yeah,
Wow,
no.
that's
1993.
93. Since your dad
I was on that team.
Your dad was 14.
Yeah,
Right? Well, you're
yeah,
14?
I was young. I was just a shooting guard.
Were you 14 though?
1993.
I said I was young. I was a shooting guard. Like they go hand in hand.
Were you? Seriously, 93.
I don't know. I'm 45, so do the math.
Bro, you're supposed to know.
All right, hold on. 2023 minus.
We go into the practice, and Dan Robb is like, he's a hard coach on us. Like he expected because I got coach from him since JV. I think my second year he became head coach or something like that. And then he had a whole practice around listening in the huddle. So he would call a timeout, and we would be scrimmaging. He would call a timeout. If you're not listening, you had to run suicides. If he seen you turn your head, you had to run suicide. So that was
And for those that don't know what a suicide is,
Nathan
please
Stoll ran the most,
don't think it's something.
as you could probably guess.
Oh my
but
goodness.
yeah,
It's running and touching the lines, right? Back all the way down.
He's still having a conversation with himself about suicide.
yeah. So that was hard.
Yeah,
that was,
that's saying, you got to let the viewers know.
Yeah. Okay.
Because what is a suicide? Not everybody knows. You got a lot of women watch this. I don't blame them.
Wow, that was so women don't know about sports.
Welcome to Podpastor YouTube channel. This is episode 10. We're excited to have you back. Thank you for all the likes, the views. Remember to share it. There's some circles that aren't getting it because you're not sharing it. So share it and let the word get out. But we're glad you're back with us. And with all that, we have a new co-host with us.
Well, we announced that last week.
Oh, we announced that last week. I forgot we're in the same week. In 2 weeks.
Wearing the same clothes.
Yeah, we record in the same
I
day.
just don't think we're
They have a uniform here. You have to wear the same clothes you wore the week before.
blue and black. You went smart this time.
Yeah, it went dark.
But yeah, welcome back.
Ouch.
If you're just watching the YouTube side, you want to see more, we covered some topics that we're not going to cover on YouTube on the Patreon.
Yeah.
The total episode is usually around 45, 50 minutes on Patreon. YouTube's just going to be around 30. So thank you for supporting us on the Patreon. If you are, the link is down in the description. You can either be a monthly member, $5 or $10. That lets you get full access to everything every month, every video we put out, or you can be a free member and buy the videos individually. So if you don't want to pay monthly, you could just pay for certain videos that you want to see. You could do that, but anything helps. It's not free to run the podcast. We love putting it out so you can hear our perspectives on certain things. But yeah, so it would be great if you could just check it out. The link is down in the description. Today we are covering...
It's too hot. Have your leg on me, bro.
That is not what we're covering. We're covering Pastor's leg. That's apparently.
You can't see my legs. I got shorty shorts.
We're going to start off with, I think you said you wanted to start off with church sports.
Yeah, I want to talk about something fun and light. We've been getting a little offensive. I don't care about that. But church sports, church basketball team, school basketball.
Love it.
Just some good stuff, good memories, funny stories.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we're here to talk about. We got Ethan joining us because he's a part of the Bethel Baptist Miners, and they
Was.
Yeah, he's out of there now.
That's his alma
But
mater.
he is still a minor.
But he's still a miner.
And he did go to Bethel Baptist.
And then, he did go to Bethel Baptist.
Well, I think we're all alumni.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we all are, unfortunately. But
My kids are not, but
Well, hey, we can't talk about his award without talking about my award. I three-peat it in Christian character.
Oh, wow.
My team got Christian character 3 years in a row.
That's
So
such a made up award.
that's Shaq.
That's the
Kobe.
loser who lost first and they had nothing to say.
That's the Shaq and Kobe award. That's all I'm saying.
Whoever loses first, they have nothing to say. So like church.
Oh, so he did
played
with
two
us
games.
because we're going to have his basketball team on. And Coach Dan, Coach RJ, but and Coach Dom and Coach Gabe and Coach.
Yeah, they have more coaches than players.
They did. I don't even think they have a Coach Manpert.
They have a bench for the coaches. They have an A team and a B team.
Yeah. But honestly, they did win the Faith Invitational Tournament.
First time in
That's the biggest
30
tournament to win.
30 years?
Yeah.
First time in 30 years.
Everybody wants to hold up a first place trophy.
Wow. So they haven't won since you were 20.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
1993.
93. Since your dad
I was on that team.
Your dad was 14.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you're 14?
I was young. I was just a little shooting guard.
Were you 14 though?
19.
Look, I said I was young. I was a shooting guard. Like they go hand in hand.
How old were you? Seriously, 93.
I don't know. I'm 45, so I do the math.
Bro, you're supposed to know.
All right, hold on. 23 minus 30 years.
Mickey Mouse year.
So, yeah, 14, 15.
2 teams played.
So I was 13
Yeah.
because I was JV on that team.
Yeah, we were good.
You guys were good.
We were good.
Remember the team?
Coach Geyser.
Yeah, Coach Kais.
Yeah, shout out.
So it's the first time that Bethel won.
We
To
were good.
recall that tournament, it was the first year Faith had that tournament.
Yes, it was.
It was the first. It was in the all-girl year, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't know if it was the first year because we were there a few years. We lost it a
No,
couple times. No.
that was the first year.
Wow, we took it from them.
Yeah, first year. Dom.
That's when they had Justin Bruno.
Just that's it. I was
Had
trying to think.
Chris Waters.
No, Waters he was your age, so
Yeah, he's younger.
Yeah, but he wasn't as good.
But he was 6'4".
Yeah, but he wasn't as good as
I was like 6'7".
the other tall guy. Yeah, the other
6'8",
guy.
6'7". He was a big boy. Big both ways.
But that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Bethel showed out. I think we had like 200-300 people show up to
That's
watch.
when they had the cattle belt.
Yeah, the cowbell.
I mean, that gym was crazy loud under Pastor Paul Fedena. It was always a good time. Thank you guys for letting.
Yeah, it's. I'll tell you what. I think that's the gratefulness, Chris, of being in. As long as we have, is the faithfulness.
Yes.
Like our kids get to experience something that we did 20 years ago,
Yeah.
and
They
now
were men then.
right,
They were men.
and the men and again, continuation of it. Even the barbers. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Brother Mike Barr.
yeah,
shout out.
not a perfect relationship,
Barb.
and not perfect people by any means. But the fact that they continue.
I put them guys through some problems.
Yeah, but I mean the fact that they continued it up till now to where he got to experience,
Yeah.
and now Ethan got to experience, and hopefully again Lucas will get to experience.
I don't know. Luke's more like me with the mental. He's going to lose his time. He's going to get kicked out of it.
Yeah, but I mean,
If I had more technical.
Well, hey, we thought Ethan was getting kicked
let's-
out of.
Let's talk about that. And then let's go from there to it turns into church ball.
I was gonna say,
And that gets crazy.
oh,
like the
church
men's
ball.
leagues.
Yeah, I can't play them anymore. Can't play them.
Well, yeah, well, not because it's not.
physically.
Yeah, I was gonna say not because
because
it's
you're old.
No one cares about men's league.
He's like, I can't play in those games anymore.
Which credit to Pop Chetty, he played up until he's like 50.
Yeah, Pop did. Pop. Oh, we got to talk about the softball teams we used to have and the names. So that's what we're going to do this episode.
All right, well,
Yeah.
let's get into it because
Yeah.
we're already like in the episode.
Let's let Ethan start it off a little bit with.
Yeah, tell us.
What did it feel like to win?
Yeah,
It was a long way to win.
it was. I remember you being like this big.
No,
and
that's all I'm just talking
he won a championship this big.
I remember when you were this big.
about. we should have won before the Faith tournament.
Right, you choked that away.
We got
Yeah.
robbed.
I showed all the way up to that. I drove an hour and a half for that stupid thing. And
Oh, I
choked
saw
it away.
I knew
Their robbery.
You choked it away.
Mark Daly was the referee.
Fall that he called.
You choked it away. You were up
Did you see the
5
he
points
called?
with 30 seconds.
I wasn't in the game.
Yeah, I know, but you were
Where
up
was that at?
5 points.
OCCA not okay? I forgot that.
OCCA paid them refs.
To choke. You choked it away. There's
Actually,
no.
Pastor OCCA is a sweet.
There's no referee.
You're having a conversation with yourself over here. Like, they're talking about something really different, and he's over here just talking up in the air.
We did give it away.
They did. Okay, well, let's forget about the loss. We're here for the championship.
After that,
What
that
happened?
big
Tell
loss. Okay. After that big loss, our next practice, we were expecting it to be the worst thing ever. But we go into the practice and Dan Robb is like, he's a hard coach on us. Like he expected it because I got coach from him since JV. I think my second year he became head coach or something like that. And then he had a whole practice around listening in the huddle. So he would call a timeout, and we would be scrimmaging. He would call a timeout. If you're not listening, you had to run suicides. If he seen you turn your head, you had to run suicide. So that was
And for those that don't know what a suicide is,
Nathan
please
Stahl ran the most,
don't think it's something.
as you could probably guess.
Oh my
but
goodness.
yeah,
It's running and touching the lines, right? Back all the way down.
He's still having a conversation with himself about suicide.
yeah. So that was hard.
Yeah,
That was,
I'm saying, you got to let the viewers know.
Yeah. Okay.
Because what is a suicide? Not everybody knows. You got a lot of women watch this. I don't blame them.
Wow, that was so women don't know about sports.
That was so thick. The women in our circles that are watching this. Haley Hoffman, do you know what a suicide is? She's going to say no. She's going to say no.
Look it up.
It's not sexist. It's truth. I'm being real. Now, the girls that are watching that do know, okay, shout out. Help your boy out.
So,
All right, come on, keep it
Put
going.
in the comments what a suicide is. That's the caption.
Right.
Suicide. Because that's what sports are.
All right, keep going.
All
yeah.
around
So
suicide.
our team kind of fell
Just
apart
call 'em
halfway through
sprints.
the year. Halfway through the year, we kind of fell apart. We expected to be like the best team.
Mhm.
I mean, we were in our heads like really bad. We smoked OCCA by like 40 in the first game,
Wow.
and we were all up in our heads thinking we were all that. Beat South Rock. That was then we were like, okay, now we're really.
That's a big win.
You let him talk. Just let him talk.
Sorry.
So after we beat South Rock, we were like, okay, now we're gonna win. Like we thought we were winning every tournament. So we lost in the South Rock tournament
Yeah.
first two games, or no, we won one game barely. Then got beat by the other two, and then we kind of got humbled really bad.
Let him talk.
Give him the squirrel. He is off the chain right now, dude. He's off
He
the
can't
chain.
say. He can't
They
stand.
choked.
He can't stand anybody having a story. I can't stand anybody else having a story.
They choked. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah. Then we were trying to figure out the problem, and Dan Rob had to pull up stats because nobody likes hearing their stats when you're playing bad. Dan Rob pulls up the stats, and me and Zaire were taking all the shots. Then me and Zaire talked to each
Well, that's a
other.
problem because you guys can't shoot, right?
Right, exactly. I was like, oh, no, I'm just kidding. Zaire can't shoot. That's a shot at Zaire. Just so you know.
You
And,
don't watch. You don't watch.
me and Zaire talked right before the FaZe tournament, and we were like, we were winning in the beginning. Dan Rob sat me and Zaire, we were talking to me and Zaire, and he said, you were winning when you were passing and trusting your team. And we would look at our team and look at Nathan Stahl, like, we can't trust him. Like, we got to take all these shots. But then me and Zaire were like, all right, let's start passing, whatever. Dan Rob, by far, is the best coach in that league. I mean, that's,
I think Ziegler's trophy case would definitely
Argue
change.
that.
Yeah, argue.
I would retire if I was Ziegler.
But then again, Ziegler, look at I mean, that's a school of what at that time growing up.
They got 4 teams to every one team Bethel has.
Right. Bethel had 3 guys.
Yeah, but
Your
that's
ta-
a lot of management.
Your talent pool.
You got to manage
your
the
talent.
I think
You got to manage
Good
8
coach.
people.
Yeah.
You got to manage 8 good people
I
versus
think Pat Higgins is a good coach too, though.
Pat Higgins.
But
Phenomenal.
when it's your coach,
Pat Higgins is
that's honorable, though.
Oh,
It
Pat,
is.
Pat had us.
He's
Yeah,
a
that-
phenomenal coach.
He broke it to the whole league that when you play man-to-man
Yes.
against us, we can't win.
Right.
But then Dan Rob adjusted to it, and Pat did nothing.
I think Dan Robb has done a phenomenal job over the last 2 years.
Oh, he took a whole bunch.
Phenomenal job.
Yeah.
State.
Tournament comes,
You can see the coaching.
the nerves were hitting a little bit. I mean, pressure was high by our coach.
Yeah.
So then we go in. What was it? The first game we played. Who we play? Independent.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about it. Just
independent.
yeah.
Yeah, we beat them.
Yeah.
Then we versed Somerset, which beat us in the season, beat us in the tournament. Weren't expecting to win. We were making a bracket before the tournament.
And usually,
I'm not going to say a name, but one of our coaches had Somerset winning the tournament. Our own coach. So we were kind of like,
That is right.
we were kind of like a little mad about it, but whatever. So we beat Somerset.
That wasn't even that much of a competition. I feel like you guys had more trouble with other teams than Somerset.
Yeah.
Somerset choked it out.
Yeah.
They choked out.
They're good. They're good.
They're a good team.
got
They choked out.
Was
I think they got too big. They won the Solid Rock tournament.
Yeah.
So
That kid hit that 3, right? English.
Carter English hit the 3 to beat Solid Rock.
And that was their
In the championship.
champions. The beats.
To beat Solid Rock on Solid Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys didn't have a good year.
they
this year.
partied. Well, we had, you understand, we lost our best center. Excuses.
Oh, I'm hearing.
We lost our best center week 1. Week 1 they lost him to a bruise.
Charlie's Jared boy.
Go ahead, keep going.
All right, go ahead.
No, Sal Rock was injured.
We lost the starters.
All right, come on. Let's talk about
Their
this.
son played for that.
Let's talk about the
play.
team. Listen.
That's why they lost.
Listen, I think realistically, going into the faith tournament, we all knew that it was going to come down to 2 teams, Bethel and
I didn't know that though.
Harbor.
Harbor.
No, I thought it was gonna be Bethel Somerset,
I didn't think Somerset at all. No, I thought Bethel.
I thought I knew it was gonna be us at Harbor.
which is awesome because it's a rematch of the OCCA.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he was playing against Andrew.
Solid Rock scared me going into the tournament because you never know. They're
Right.
That season they were up and down. Like
Mhm.
they came really good into their own tournament, but I wasn't really worried about them because we were in a different bracket. So we beat Somerset, and then we go to versus Harbor.
It's good analysis. I thought that was great. Yeah.
We go to versus Harbor, and that's where the nerves really hit because we knew man-to-man defense was coming, pressure. And, not to mention, Somerset has one that they're a good defense. Somerset plays a good defense, and they beat us because they play man.
Yeah.
But Dan Robb figured it out. Dow Gates only plays on Jimmy. If you set a screen for Jimmy sets a screen, Dow Gates doesn't pick up. So we would have Jimmy set a full court screen, and Dow Gates can't chase you.
Right.
So you're open for a layup. But that's just
And then Dale Gates just a big
that's just a side note how
Big
we
guy,
beat
he's good,
Somerset.
So you beat Somerset. You play Harbor in the semis.
We play Harbor again
In the semis. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
semis, and
They routed you.
they picked up
I loved it.
they picked up a guy, and
But I loved it. I think it was perfect for you.
Well, I'll say they routed you in the beginning. It
I
looked
think
like you
that-
guys were dead in the water, and then you guys made it a game.
I think if Bethel wins that one,
they lose.
in a
I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I think
I
it was a
love-
great loss.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great loss.
I called it as soon as they lost. I was like, they brought it back. They figured it out. Championship's going to be Harbor Bethel. It's over.
And Cottle, what's his first name?
Brandon.
He could not in the game he played that. I mean, a couple of games he was just on.
Well, and they let him
In
play.
the semis, he was on fire, and in the championship, let a little.
Well, I think they played him, right? Didn't they play him all JV?
Yeah, they didn't have
No, that was
some-
Alex.
Oh, it's Alex.
Yeah.
He's good too, though.
You know when I knew you guys had it?
Tall kid. Not Alex. Alex is a short point guard. It was a tall kid. He was new. He didn't play all year. He only played.
No, His name is Alex.
Oh, okay.
The not white kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it black.
No, but
Okay.
It's not wrong.
I knew you guys had the championship when Cottle got fouled
Yeah.
on the 3, and he airballed, what was it, 2 out of the 3 free throws?
Yeah.
Because I knew his head was out of it. Once your head is out of it, and he's one of their best scorers.
Did you look at his legs?
And I think he was
Yeah.
tired.
Bacon.
Right.
Yeah, he was tired too.
Well, he's just when you have top scorer on a team, at least top 2, him and Andrew were like their best scorers.
I
So
think-
that was their offense.
Well, that's
Well, Andrew was hurt too, right?
yeah, so Andrew tweaked his ankle,
Yeah.
so then now Cottle automatically becomes the number 1 scorer.
Everything
already.
fell into place.
And then once you see him out of line in his head, I knew it was over. They couldn't get any offense.
Yeah.
Right. So we lose the Harbor. Obviously, we made a little bit of a game, but then came down to 3 points, and I missed the 3-pointer. But we lose to them. We go to our locker room, and we're sitting there expecting to be getting yelled at. And Dan came in smiling, and we were like, "This is weird. Like, why are you smiling?" And the next game is Somerset and Independent.
You guys had
Which
2
is a
rough games after
shocker.
that, yeah.
Which is a shocker because Independent did not play good since the Solid Rock tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
And then out of nowhere,
They made a huge run.
They were good.
Right, the kid goes off and wins by
Yes.
the buzzer beater and knocks out Somerset.
which is a huge upset.
But Dan came in
Huge.
smiling. Nathan Stoll was throwing things. The guys were. Some of the guys were acting like we lost the tournament.
Right.
But
Yeah, I
then
don't blame
Dan
him.
comes in smiling, and it was like kind of like chills in your arms because you were like, "Dude, you're a sicko. Why you smiling? We just lost." And then he was just like, "One more game, we're in the championship." What's like? He was like, "You can win." So we go out, we watch the rest of the game, and like, it was a crazy game. But
Because Independent goes out, knocks out Somerset,
Solid Rock.
then knocks out Solid Rock,
Now we
and then comes to Bethel.
yeah.
So again, I'm sure it messes your eyes mind a little bit.
They're on a Cinderella run.
Yeah, right. The Cinderella run, right? Yeah, and which is tough for you because
Yeah.
now you're like, oh man,
You guys have to
But
either
the
be
way
team
they
that puts a
lost-
stop to it or
Yes.
have
The
to
way that Somerset lost to the kid to play us, he faded away in the clock with 1
Yes.
seconds left and won, and easily
And they
best
crushed-
in the league.
and they crushed Solid Rock the next game
Yeah,
by 10, right?
yeah. So we were like,
Al Rock couldn't find him. Well, they could.
Couldn't score. They could not score to save it.
And out, in and out, in and out.
so nerves were even higher.
Yeah,
You're like, oh gosh.
So you're in your second semi.
Yeah,
You play Independent, who's Cinderella run. Great,
Yep.
great tournament explanation. And how does that go?
I mean, I think we started off losing.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting beat by like bad. Like these guys came out ready.
Yep.
And we thought we were ready, so they came out even more ready, and we were like. I look at Zaire. Everyone's looking at each other like, dude, we're beat them twice, and we were undefeated against them. Like we're supposed to beat them, but they came out shooting lights out, and we were just
Yeah.
here we go. It's going to be a game, and we're not going to lose. And Dan was like, we're not going to lose. Like you're going to win this game. So we went out, pressed them. I mean, we didn't. We didn't even practice these plays out here running these presses. We didn't. drew him up on the spot. So it makes sense. It all ties into why he had a whole practice
attention,
around to paying attention, because he knew it was coming down to that we were gonna have to pay attention in these situations.
Yeah.
Hold on, your dad wants to do something. He wants to do, can't do it. Practice? We're talking about practice. I know it. I knew it.
So
Practice. We talking about practice.
it all ties in, but when it was it's the weird things that make you better.
Yeah.
The things that you don't expect.
Mm-hmm.
So we were paying attention, and we did a new press that they couldn't beat, and we came back. It was close, and we were supposed to hold the ball. Then they get a steal. It was back and forth.
These are horrible. These are horrible at playing
But a minute,
corn.
but then a minute comes down into the game. I think, no, it was like 30 seconds left into the game. We have an inbound. We're up by 2, and Jimmy White inbounds it. He's holding the ball. As soon as he pounds it, we're ready. So we set a play up.
Excuse me.
The play gets set up. We're looking around, and nobody's open. So Jimmy has to throw. Jimmy, being a smart kid, being a smart dude that he was, just dude, he was like, I'm not going to give them the ball. I'm not holding it 5 seconds. When you hold it for 5 seconds, it's a turnover. Then we got the ball back. It was a 50-50. He gave us a 50-50 chance. I mean, he throws the ball up to Zaire, our tallest guy who can jump.
He was like a little bit above there.
Zaire jumps up for it. It tips off his hand. The ball was loose, and I forget what I grabbed it. Or their guy who hit
does want it.
last
Yeah.
game. I dove on it because I wasn't losing.
And you
that
got
game.
fouled.
The whole time I was thinking in the back of my head, it was I want to play Harbor again. I wanted to play.
Daddy wants you to finish up here.
Okay. So then I grabbed the ball. They sent me to the free throw line. I hit 2 free throws.
Ice.
We go by 4. Yeah, iced the game. Then we play Harbor the next day, and I was cramping before the game. But we had one thing in our mind, we just wanted to win. We didn't care who they had, what they do. We wanted to go.
What was the final? I don't even think it was that close. It was up by.
Well, they came back at the end, Harbor.
Oh, what? Harbor?
Yeah.
No, we won by 4.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it was a blowout.
Yeah, it was a
at
blowout
first,
for a
and then
while.
They brought it back.
They were
Yeah.
smart because Androfshevsky was a little injured, but then he did have a couple calls that we've experienced that you could have let that go.
Yeah.
In the championship versus them in OCCA, they fouled Ethan out without even touching not Harbor, but refs from there.
fun fact in that
So
game.
it kind of came back all the way around 100%. It was crazy.
Yeah, so we knew he couldn't switch on screens. So Jimmy White, he was guarding Jimmy, so we switch him. And now he's guarding me, or now he's guarding Zaire, and we'll just take a foul every time. Either fouls us or gives us a wide open layup.
Because of the ankle.
But then it came down to who's going to put their body on the line, who's more of a dog, because we're both like rocking.
Yeah, us and Harbor historically are.
Go back and
Yeah, we play rough.
energy's up.
Yeah.
The fun fact in that game, we didn't have 1 3-pointer.
Wow.
Bethel didn't have 1 3. We had all 2.
I didn't know that either.
Yep. They had more than they had like 4 threes, and we had no.
Well, I think in the OCCA tournament, to go back to again historically, or no, faith tournament. Sorry, don't they hit 7 threes off you to knock you out of the tournament?
Harbor
in Solid Rock.
Solid Rock tournament.
Yeah,
No, he hit
Harbor.
8.
Yeah, he hits 8
Three.
threes.
Cut on 8.
So it's fast forward now all the way, Chris, to your point comes full circle. I think they only hit 3 or 4 in the championship.
They
game.
played like Bethel. And Bethel played like
Yeah.
Andrew. It was opposite.
Yeah.
They lost Andrew to foul outs. That's frustration.
Yeah.
You feel bad, but that's the game.
But listen, it's awesome. I mean, I know it felt very. Again, my kids go to Solid Rock, so I couldn't be too happy in that moment because we lost, but we were happy to see Bethel win.
Oh, yeah.
But down deep in my heart to see my alma mater win 30 years from the date.
Yeah.
To remember what it was like when you and Dom won.
Well, who was on that?
Kenny
Pastor
Kaiser.
Chero, Ken Kaiser,
Tommy Stieber, Jesse Mulholland.
I think Mark LaRoe, I would say.
Yeah, Mark LaRoe,
Bobby Huntlock,
Bobby
Senior.
Jimmy White was.
Remember the time Bobby Huntlock? Jimmy didn't play nothing.
Heaved it up from the half court.
We called Jimmy Stoop because he sat on a stoop. That's it. Remember Stoop?
Yep.
That's not really why they called him Stoop, but you can figure it out the rest. Ed.
But Bobby heaved it up from half
Yeah,
court.
but Bobby was shooting at the wrong side though, right? Or no. He was driving.
Someone said, "Yeah, hold up,"
and he thought they
4 minutes left in the game,
and he forced it up.
Yeah,
like a half
from
court shot.
from before the half court. Yeah. To this day, we talk about it. He loves it. No.
So they won. They won the championship.
Yeah, it was great though. I mean, Chris, how did it feel from you though? From your
wasn't even there.
Well, the C4, I wasn't there. I was working.
maybe that's why you won.
Yeah, maybe.
But I-
No, I was a good fan this year. I was quiet, but it's hard to not be there. That's what's.
But how did it feel to win now?
Oh man, I was jumping. beeping my horns.
Really?
People looking at me like, what is he doing? Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing going on.
I think Louis got mad at me. I was,
Well, I was gonna say, how was it for you watching your little?
oh my goodness. It was
I think
so,
4 years of watching him play, longer than that, but the 4 years of high school ball, to just
Well, even Christian John, watching him though for 4 years.
not even that. It was so full circle because
not having the talent at times around you, or
Yeah.
having the talent and screwing up, or the coaches pulling someone when they shouldn't have, and they got prideful or angry, or the referees just blowing games.
Right.
Finally, to get one to work out.
and it's full circle from my perspective at least, because basketball, when I started playing basketball, me, Dom, and Gabe, we're not really a basketball family. We're a hockey family,
We're a
a
meatball
baseball family, a football family, a meatball family. Basketball wasn't really as popular at that time, so I taught myself almost everything about basketball besides some like Uncle Dom and everything. But when I started, at least it was all YouTube. I'd be in the courtyard for hours on YouTube. You didn't teach me any basketball. I'd be in the courtyard for hours on YouTube,
Wow.
and I'd be teaching myself.
You got your shot, bro.
Well, YouTube. I'd be on YouTube
And that's why he never won anything.
Well,
He
fair.
let me teach him.
teaching myself on.
I'm a champ, and he's a champ, and you're not. So we got two champs here.
I'm not gonna lie.
And if we champless over there.
Everything I learned was from him.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to get to. If you would have stopped,
Every single time.
if you would have cut me off, that's where I was getting to. So I taught myself. But then when Ethan got interested in basketball, I had videos on my phone when he was real young of me teaching him his form, teaching him how to dribble, different drills. I remember you used to want to fist fight me because I'd be playing real rough with him in the courtyard, and I would be like, "Dude, this is how they're gonna play you. You're not gonna be as big as me. This is how the big guys are gonna play you."
I remember the words always stuck with me through all my years of basketball was, if you want playing time, you better go through these cones. And I was like, what? And he was like, go through these cones. I couldn't even dribble.
Yeah.
Like he expected me to dribble, so he would taught me how to dribble. I'll go through the cones, and he would be sitting there on the other side, sending my shot every time.
Yeah, I'd just be blocking.
Yeah. Because these cones, I'll go through them, play. Nope.
Well, I don't want to give any credit, but if it wasn't, they all played like me.
Well, I think you have the natural talent. You had a shooter. You were a shooter.
Yes.
You were a pure shooter.
Fast, a good defender.
Pure shooter. Yeah.
We're not saying that you were bad. It's just that it wasn't. But basketball wasn't popular when I started. Is what I'm saying. If it was popular and it was like Bethel, when I started, I only played 3 years.
Well, we didn't have a
because we didn't have a team.
Yeah. We didn't
So
have
when I started, there was no basketball. Wasn't even in the mind. Like nobody was thinking, "Oh, I should teach my son how
I
to play
forgot we
basketball."
stopped for years.
Right.
Well, we didn't. So my junior year, my sophomore year, Faith did that to us.
Yeah.
They I don't even want to talk about it, but they did wrong and whatever. So we moved. So we never went back after my
That's right.
after my sophomore year. We kind of were like, we
We
don't
were like 3 minutes and they canceled it.
in the semis.
Yeah.
We were the best team there.
And they knew it.
Yeah.
They got rid of us. Technical.
So we went and played states 2 years in a row.
We were 3 minutes late.
And then after my senior year, I don't think you had a basketball team for a couple of years.
My 10th grade year was the first time we brought it back. So I played 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Okay, so now that brings us champ. Great job. I'm a champ. Good job.
But yeah, so that's what I was saying. In the senior year, though, I love to see it because I remember because I played
I
it.
was on the court when we won, by the way.
I'm going to give you the squirrel again.
So see,
I remember
where were you?
He was on the court.
I was on the court.
On the bench.
I was on the court. I broke my ankle my senior year.
That's true.
Still played.
Yeah, and I still played, and I
Ankle.
still did good.
The ankle.
And we still beat Somerset. Harbor put us out in my senior year.
Back
But
ankle.
what I was saying was, we're just gonna keep going. What I was saying was, though, it was awesome because I played center, so I knew how I played point guards was how I knew they were gonna play you. So I got to say, hey, this is how they're gonna do it. So your senior year to be able to handle those big guys down low and get the court vision and everything, it was nice to see. That's all I was trying to see.
Yeah, I like it. I like that you did help him out.
Yeah, he kind of taught me how to be a point guard, but how to also attack.
But then,
Big.
a shout out has to go to the coach Dan, even though you gave him because nobody could deal with his. We couldn't talk to his parents.
Well, you can only do skill. Family and everything can only teach you skill. The coach will teach you how to be on the team.
One of my biggest shared moments with Dan was we're in the South Rock tournament this year, and I'm mad because no one passed me the ball, and we were getting killed. But not saying that I would have made it better. I thought I would in the moment. I was just like, no one's passing me, like taking out the game. And he threw his clipboard, and he was like screaming at me from on the bench. Then he comes after me after the game and gave me like a whole apology, and I was just like, "Dude, you're my coach." Like I don't, but he really like made it feel like we're more family and like
Yeah, he cared about it.
yeah, like our coach cared, like, and that just meant a lot to me. After that, I was like, I have full respect for him.
Yeah, you guys had a really good
Everything he
journey.
said to me.
Listen, I tried to coach them in football right after that. I don't know how Dan did it. for all those. I'd have quit the first 5 minutes of practice. But I mean,
But this takes us to he's done, and now he's going to go play men's
church ball. Let's get into church ball, man.
Oh, with 1 minute left.
Church leagues.
Is that it?
We've been going for how long? 45 already? 46?
All right, I'll go 5 minutes.
Let's talk real quick about, we had a church ball
Fuck yeah.
softball league.
What?
Pop Benechetti started. We had teams called
Ants.
Spiders, Conies, and there's a real weird one. Ants, spiders, conies, and something else.
Forget now. You had it in the beginning.
Ants,
That's that age.
locust,
Locust, there it is.
spiders.
And we were,
We were the locust, I think.
with Pop, we were always the
We were
Locust.
good.
Then I think me and you went with Mark Renzi to the Ants.
Yes, we did. The red team.
And we won 3 years in a row.
3 years.
Well, we won with Pop 3 years in a row, and they all complained that the Penichettis were on the same
And they
team.
broke us up.
And they didn't like that.
Two of us.
Pop Chetty pitched. I played second.
Yeah.
Uncle Dom played short.
I was lucky.
Uncle Chris played left. And Frank Shipley, I think, played third. Mr.
Yeah.
Senior, your father-in-law,
Yep.
played third. And they hated that we were all related.
Paul Owens played for us.
Yeah, we dominated.
Yeah.
There was not a team that could touch us. We dominated. And David Owens, who would play against us, he was on Mr. Ham's team all the time.
Yeah.
Hit bombs, couldn't hit Pop because Pop had this nasty curveball.
Yeah. Pop out to me a lot.
So they complained, so they kicked us in. We weren't allowed to all be on the same team. And then me and Uncle Chris went to the Ants, and we won 3 years in a row. I think we won all 7 years was a Penichetti win.
And they did. That was a fun league. There was draft night.
Yeah.
We got to get back to it. We had 14 full funds. Yeah, we entered the draft, and everyone would go
Yep.
through the draft. We couldn't wait to hear who
Yes.
was wrong. Yeah, Pop made it a great time for us.
Yeah, that's the stuff Pop did that, it's
No one will ever do.
the aggravation,
Oh, I don't know how he did that either.
the fighting. How about Joe Mulholland?
Oh, man, he took a line drive up the center in his privates.
Into his center.
He stayed in a fetal position. He went right into the center.
Yo, he didn't move.
He went right
Show
into the fetal
Show
position.
it.
Like,
And they picked him up
they picked him up, and he
just
stayed
like that.
Just like that.
And he stayed like that all the way to the
Yeah.
sideline.
Yeah, talking about getting busted up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I almost said.
but again, this goes back to, though, remember early on in Bethel, we were too young, but Sal Yanizzi, Uncle Dom,
yeah, they all.
they all played. They had a league back then. So,
Pastor Sal's
Don't do it anymore. No.
very athletic.
Yeah.
Very
oh,
athletic.
Sal was like a semi-pro hockey player.
Yeah, the Detroit Red Wings farm team, I think.
Yeah.
We're looking at them. But I mean, church ball. Then we get into some big fights at church ball. Like then it went to the gym.
Oh, the gym was the
Now we had so many fights in that little spare gym. Pete Cratafellows and everything.
Dom,
Oh man.
Burton Gates.
Oh, remember Dom being
Paul.
like,
I was the ref, too.
oh my lord, it was bad.
I'm the one who gave Pastor Burton a technical, and I got called in the daddy's office.
How long ago was that?
2013, 2012.
Wow, that's crazy.
A long time ago. 2012, maybe?
Yeah, I ripped my ACL in that tournament,
Did you really?
in that basketball league. Yeah, but I mean that goes way back. You find out.
I mean, and then you look at these kids, they play on Friday nights, and what's the fights you get? We get them on YouTube now.
They get fist fights.
Yeah,
wars,
they-
like gang.
No, not anymore. No, that was only a specific group of people.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
But you know what it does? It goes to show us that we're flesh. When we get into these fleshly games, we just realize that's what we are at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, when I was their age, I took it so seriously.
Yeah.
Because we're taught winning is everything in the sense of competition.
Right.
So take it seriously. But then now that I'm 40 years old and I look back, I'm like, dude, I ain't winning nothing. I mean, I may win the game,
Yeah.
but like if I argue with you, it's not worth it.
You know,
See, babe, so when we lose our volleyball playoffs tonight,
yeah.
it don't mean nothing.
And Emma's here
You
too.
know what?
She's at
That's
volleyball
one thing I've learned after winning the faith tournament.
3 times.
The same result is you win, or if you lose, you're getting in the same position. I mean, it's a good week for you.
Right.
Like everyone's like,
It's a moment. It's a moment.
that I'll always remember. But it's like
Yeah. Now your trophy gets put away. And you're like,
I remember losing too, though.
Yes.
Like I remember every.
It's moments, right? It's a moment, and it's how important is your relationship. Not, I don't even want to say your testimony, but your relationship with other people.
yes.
You know, basketball.
Because think about it. Now, outside of all this, if you're going to hang out with the kids from Harbor after, right, or you're going to see them at an all night, or you're going to see them hanging out. But if you do, right, it's really, does it really mean anything?
Yeah. I got one thing there, and then we're done. But that goes to show you we work so hard to get these earthly rewards, and we don't even work nearly as hard for our spiritual ones. And the earthly ones like dust. They're in those trophy cases. We don't even have a trophy case for Bethel. There's 2 of them. But they're
Whoa, we won 3rd place at state.
That's
that's
too what?
true. True.
Well, yeah, what's that?
We just did that.
Oh, that's right. They won a couple in the JV.
Yeah, and by the way,
I'm talking about bars.
we're the only Bethel team that went to state, by the way.
All right, so there's more than a few. But what I'm trying to say is they collect dust and they get old and we don't care. But then spiritual rewards,
Like Christian character,
Yeah.
years in a row.
Ethan Houston has it, what, 4? 3?
I think he got it.
Houston has it
That's
4,
because they
3,
got
2.
given to Josh Velarde's.
Where dust and moth.
I gave him MVP.
Wait, but what's that verse though? We were just reading it. It's where dust and moth shall not corrupt.
Dust
Treasure-
and moth
that's
shall not
what
corrupt.
I
Yeah, lay up for yourself trophies.
Oh.
That's what treasures are, trophies in heaven.
Right.
Where dust and moth did not corrupt, where thief break, neither thief break in or steal. I'm done.
But yeah,
But you know what I'm saying?
lay up
So
the treasures
it's a
up
good,
there.
it's a good challenge spiritually at the end of this whole fleshly sports talk. But congratulations to Bethel Baptist.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
We had to
awesome.
bring the team on that.
we finally got
Got
Ethan.
the team and Coach
Man,
Dan.
they can explain it more better than I can.
Yeah, we'll have to do it up on stage and get
More
live.
better. Obviously, he didn't win any English trophies.
My teachers will come up with
They stayed in school all those years and was for a championship.
But yeah, we finally got Ethan on a podcast where he got to talk. I love it.
I know. Yeah. Just go.
It was hard though. He kept,
Yeah, he doesn't like letting you talk.
It's just a long story.
You literally said, tell us the story.
Yeah, do it with energy. No, you're legit. Like, and so anyway, I got a rebound.
All right.
I put them, and then I passed it around. Like, all right.
All right. So if you made
I
it,
said, "Oh, I won."
boys,
yeah.
outro time.
Good job.
We talked about it. Outro time. Here we go. You ready?
Please.
Guys, you ready? Outro time. Here we go.
How you do it? Outro.
If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Comment down below BBA. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. If you want to see, if you have any questions you want us to answer, please submit them. We have the Instagram. You can put them in the DM there, or you can put them on the comments down below in the YouTube video. Go support our Patreon if you want to watch the full episode. The link is down in the description. Go watch that there, and we hope you enjoy. Have a great week.
Yeah, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes, follow us on Instagram. Not TikTok yet. Not TikTok yet, but follow us on Instagram. Yeah,
This was a fun one.
Check
Check out
out-
a couple more guests coming up.
yeah. Check out the Patreon, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
See you later.
Love y'all. You